Hello, my internet people, my Bitcoin people. I hope you're doing good wherever you are out there on our beautiful planet. And like everything else on this planet, things are competing every day to stay on top, to live. And every day someone has to and let something new strive, right? We're all fighting to thrive in our lives, whatever we're doing. And the same goes for whatever we create. And with the cryptocurrency war, I think we can all agree that there's not going to be one winner. Instead, there's going to be a lot of different cryptocurrencies competing. Um, and on a certain day, one will take the gold, another day, another will take the gold. The thing is here, why did you guys get into cryptocurrency originally? I am sure because we're all pretty early here. We're pretty early because it hasn't gone mainstream. It will one day. Which one is going to go mainstream first? I think the first thing that's going to go mainstream is the one back. Sadly, it's going to be the one less decentralized, backed by bigger companies and banks, because public opinion is uneducated, and that's the way it's going to be. So we're seeing a lot of action with Ethereum currently, and it's probably going to go on for some time. I've been into Bitcoin since 2013, actually late 2012, but I haven't used Bitcoin so much. Um, these last couple of months, I've started to use it more, and especially these last couple of weeks. And usually, a transaction will take me 1 to 10 minutes, and that's okay. I'm not a very patient guy, and you know, I didn't get into Bitcoin to do quick transactions, but one of its selling points is that it will be able to handle quick transactions. So what is going to happen? Because it can't do that anymore. Last night I had to wait 4.5 hours for my transaction to go through, and I think we can all agree that if you're going to get a cup of coffee or buy a pair of jeans and you're in this fashion store, you picked out your jeans, you feel all good, and you have to wait for more than 10 minutes, you probably lose interest in them jeans, probably start to hate the store and want to leave. So how can you cancel your order? What if you forget to put on a fee on your transaction? How long do you have to wait to have your money available again? These are all things I started to think about yesterday as I was waiting. And the sad thing is, I did this transaction before I had to go to bed. So I was like, I'm going to do this transaction, then I'm going to go to bed. So I did the transaction. 10 minutes went, and then after 10 minutes, I started to worry. So I started to worry. I couldn't fall asleep really because I started to worry. And so I thought, oh well, the block size is big, but it hasn't broken yet, so it should be able to handle it. What's going on? So I looked at the blockchain on unconfirmed transactions, and I saw the unconfirmed transactions was a 16,000 unconfirmed transaction, and it was just rising all the way to 30 while I was waiting for my transaction to go through. And while that was happening all the time, I thought, what if I had forgotten to put on the transaction fee? Because now more than ever, this is important. Back in the day, you could do a transaction for free. Some people are running nodes that allow where they actually do the hashing for free. Less and less now, I guess, and it's all about the transaction fee, right? If you have no transaction fee, they're not going to prioritize you, and your transaction is not going to go through, and it's going to get stuck in this kind of limbo. It could get stuck for a few days, depending on what wallet you use. It's pretty hard to go in and increase your fee on a payment. Luckily, my transaction went through after 4.5 hours, and it's still a lot quicker than banks. Of course, banks are ridiculous, but it just wasn't good enough for me. I felt pretty bad about it. and it's definitely not good enough to buy a coffee or pair of jeans or whatever. You know, the money arrives, so but they're not confirmed. That's the thing. So most vendors that sell high-end products will wait for at least one confirmation, two confirmations or more. I mean, the developers behind Bitcoin say, I think you need to wait for 6 confirmations to be 100% that the money are yours. So you're really taking a chance if you're selling something without any confirmation that the deposit you have on your account is a valid one. So you need to wait, right? And that's what I experienced yesterday, this waiting for the first confirmation to go through. So I make the payment, and they receive the deposit or see it on their account instantly. But they want to wait for one confirmation before we can do business. And I had to wait 4.5 hours, which really is not good enough. So it got me thinking, it got me thinking about a lot of stuff, that, because the thing is that the solution that's on the table for Bitcoin, and there will be a solution, of course. Bitcoin as a brand is not going to go anywhere, and they're going to find solutions to this problem, hopefully, and they already have one that's to double the block size, right? They're going to double the block size to 2 megabyte, and thus they can handle the twice as many transactions, which is good in the short term. Some developers have raised the issue that it will be more open to DOS attacks and less secure when you do that, and it's a quick fix as well. So this is started me thinking about how technology evolve, and how many companies that are actually seen on the scene that are gone now, and why I got into technology originally. I didn't go into technology or Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to just be a fanboy and root for a specific company. No way. I don't give a fuck about companies or branding. I love technology, and people move with the technology. So you got to think about, why did you go into cryptocurrency? I mean, we didn't go. I'm sure I speak for all of you guys that you didn't go in because you're a fan of Bitcoin, the brand specifically, like you're rooting for your home football team. You went into Bitcoin because you saw an opportunity to stick it to the man, or take control of your own money, or make some money as an investment. And I'm pretty sure that most of us, we hope and wish that our original investment will flourish and grow, and we can make some money, as we were one of the first to eye out this great technology and invest in it. But things can change quickly, and I experienced firsthand the issue here of the fill blocks, that I had to wait for 4.5 hours. And I started thinking about other companies that I've seen disappear, like Netscape and Blockbuster, and other companies. Netscape was the #1 browser to use back in the beginning of the 90s, and all of a sudden Microsoft released Internet Explorer, and it's just over for Netscape. Over in I guess in a day. I mean, they must have seen the writing on the wall, and they were probably still #1. They were still the ones with the biggest brand, but they knew that it was over. And early investors or tech savvy guys knew that it was over too. So you just count down the days until it's over. I mean, then you can fight back and rise up again. The thing is, another thing with technology, like if we take Nokia, the Nokia telephone, you see, they're really a good example, because Nokia, what they did, they went out and brought the mobile phone to the masses. They showed people that you could do small battery powered mobile phones, and later they went and showed that you could integrate cameras, you could do email clients, you could do Wi-Fi, you could do games, you do all this wonderful stuff that makes up the smartphone. But what they really did was, because they're so busy and successful, and I know about this as a software developer, that you do a solution and you have success, and then you have these clients and stuff that they love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I want to purchase a copy. I just want it a little bit different. So I want these tweaks done. I want these changes done. I have a bunch of tasks for you to do. And what you do is you build that on top of your existing system. So your client comes and they have add-ons and wishes and terms and demands, and you build that on top of what may not have originally be built to do that, but you tweak it to do it. And you do it sometimes within a budget that is not always fair compared to the perfect scenario where you would build stuff from scratch, right? That's what we all want, yeah, right? You could have your own house built from scratch. You could have your brand new car built from scratch. But in reality, you go out, you get something used to save money, and then you personalize it to fit your needs, right? And that can go on for long. You know, you can see how Windows and all other, a lot of stuff has been able to do that, and Nokia too. They kept doing that, but eventually you end up with a product that are so totally different from the original product that you might start to consider to build a new product with these ideas on the table from the get-go, where you prioritize differently. I'm sure Nokia, they didn't know the importance of gaming, touchscreen, Wi-Fi, and all this stuff when they did their Symbian operating system way back. So they had to build that on top of something that wasn't really prepared for that. They showed the world that smartphones was the thing, and anybody else in the market, because they didn't have clients call them every day to say we want this and that. If you want to be new on the market, you have time to develop a new product from your standpoint. And so what happened was that Apple and Samsung and all these others could clearly see this is a billion-dollar market, but the users, this is what they want. So we're going to build a product starting off from here. So they built a product that was based on the need for touch screens, for running multiple applications at the same time, social media and all this stuff that Nokia hadn't. That Nokia had a different approach. They were just adding on top of this old system that they hadn't had time to update due to their success. That, or you could say it was their success that killed them in the end. Same with Blockbuster, right? They have so much success. So you see, Nokia was the #1 mobile phone provider in the world, and I'm pretty sure that they realized their death within just reading the release of these other guys, software, Android coming out, the iPhone. You know, they knew that they would have to create a new operating system, and that is a big task. And if you're not prepared for that and haven't done your homework, it's something you just don't do. And maybe your hardware is not prepared for it. Maybe your whole idea, you see, is based on whatever their starting point was, which was back in the 90s. So they were building on that, whereas the new ones came out and said, we're going to do something that's built for today, right? So I'm thinking about these companies that we knew, Netscape, Blockbuster, Nokia, that now are gone. And I was thinking, could this happen to Bitcoin? You know, could this happen to Bitcoin? You know, the thing is, if you're an investor, right? You're not a football fan. It's not your home team where you support the guys even through thick and thin. Win or lose, you support your home team, right? It's your city, it's your team, right? Think about it. Is that what you want to do with money? Is that what you want to do with technology? with technology, you want the latest technology, right? You want it to live up to some things, maybe environmentally, maybe morally, of course, stuff like this. I mean, there's lots of technologies I don't support because I have an ethical or moral view on it. That's why I don't like these companies. Um, but if the thing is, if it's something that you need and have to do, you got to think, what is the most important thing? If you got to work, right, you need software and hardware that works. So how much are you going to weigh up morals and ethics and business value compared to what you actually need? So sometimes if you can't get what you need, maybe you need to make it change, or just join the people who are, learn to live with it, right? And so I'm a big fan of Bitcoin, and it's very exciting what's happening now. The block reward is going to halve. Last time that happened, the price just rose to the sky, and they're going to come out with this solution. So I know the fact is they're all going to win, because we're in this new age of crypto war. So we're going to see most of these cryptocurrencies just rise. You got to look at the total market cap of the crypto space, and you'll see that more and more money come in every day. Bitcoin might be going down, other currencies might be going down, but in general, more and more money are coming into the crypto space. And which one is going to be the main one? It's probably, because public opinion is not educated. Because we want. Wouldn't it be great if we could have this decentralized thing to take care of everything? They'll give us the freedom to stick it to the man. They'll give us the freedom to take control of our own money, and they would have a fair set of values in the way that new coins are generated and all this stuff. But the public don't give a shit about that. The public really just gives a shit about what's pre-installed on their phone, what will work in 7-Eleven, what their banks tell them to do, and all this shit. So that, to begin with, they're the ones who are going to have success. That's no question about who is that going to be. I don't know. But so we're going to have this playing field of different cryptocurrencies. Down the road, if you look 10 years ahead, once people get wise to this, they're going to realize that centralized cryptocurrencies are not really the thing. You want decentralized, because that's very important, because it's just going to be the same as before. But first they got to get used to the digital currency, and it's really exciting. We're seeing we have Ethereum, which is not even completed. It's not even done. And already it's the second biggest cryptocurrency in the world. And it's rising. You see the trading going on with Ethereum is sometimes bigger than the trading going on with Bitcoin. And that is amazing. And the potential is huge, I'm very fascinated by the ideas they have on the table. I don't trust them like I trust Bitcoin, but I realize now, when I think about how technology evolved, that of course Bitcoin is not going to be the one. It will be the one out there, the first one out there, has great branding value, but things can change very quickly. And I'm scared about the future of Bitcoin a little bit. A few things can happen, if they don't all consent to Bitcoin Classic, it could split in half. Then you have two different kinds of Bitcoins with different pricing being traded on the same blockchain, which is gonna, I don't know. It's very exciting. The thing I like about Bitcoin is that there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Of course, and whereas Ethereum, I think they're going to generate like 18 million new Ethereum every year, maybe, because this is not even set in stone either. But on the day, on Pi Day, 14th of March, they're going to release the Homestead, which is the stable release of Ethereum. So I'm guessing maybe we'll see companies what their intentions actually are with Ethereum in a few weeks, which could take the price up even higher, you know. So I mean, I think both Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to go up. I'm scared about Bitcoin because I'm scared about how the update is going to go, how the Bitcoin Classic is going to go, and because it's only a temporary solution, right? They're going to have to come up with a new solution. So it's all very exciting, you know. All right, guys, but that's going to be it for now. On a positive note, cryptocurrency is going to be the way of the future. And if you play your cards right, you're going to be part of the new money elite, that's for sure. And eventually we can stick it to the man with these new tools. Very exciting stuff. If you like this show and want to see more shows, please show your love by donating either Bitcoin or Ether. I would appreciate that. And let's say you want to donate 50 cents, $1. It'll be fun to see how quick they go through. So leave a comment below. Tell me how quick your transaction went through. All right. Stay vigilant, friends.